that parents can be kind of annoying, and half of the things they force us to do makes no sense to us. For me, daily family dinners is one of these. My show would have to be turned off, and the next hour would have to be spent in family discussion around the dinner table. And this was my life for 18 years. No matter how fast I scarfed down my chicken and broccoli, I knew I was not getting up from that table until my parents were satisfied with our conversation. But looking back, over the years, these conversations turned from a chore into a blessing. As I grew and evolved, so did our discussions. When I was little, my dad would come home every night with a new joke to tell the family, and it was always the highlight of my day. And then as I grew into my preteen years, I tried to avoid conversations at all costs, until my mom yelled at me to put my phone away. And then eventually we got to the point where we could talk about real life events. I learned about religion, politics, or simple life acts my parents would throw at us. Not only did our conversations evolve, but I got to know my family in ways I wouldn't have otherwise. You see, we all lived pretty busy lives with work, school, and sports, so it was nice to have this time where we could come together and just enjoy each other's company. I especially started to value these moments as my sisters left for college and our table got smaller. I got more attention, which was pretty cool, but it would make me sad to hear less voices around the room and look at all the empty chairs, knowing one day my chair would be empty too. More than anything, I grew to appreciate family and look forward to having a family of my own. You see, growing up, my family wasn't as close or perfect as I may make them sound. We actually had a lot of problems. There was fighting and tension, and I didn't really appreciate family as I should. Looking back, I realized how this insignificant amount of time spent together every night healed our relationships and grew into a love for my family that I didn't think was possible. And as I've moved on to college, these are the moments that I miss. And I've realized how important it is to have family as people there you can turn to no matter what. I've grown to appreciate these small moments because I've realized they're not small at all. While it may seem irrelevant to talk about dinner every night, it really was where I grew up. These conversations shaped my thoughts and opinions and made me the person I am today. And while I don't always remember the fun things I did when I was little, I'll never forget the jokes my dad told us or the countless lectures I was given to by my mom. And they all happened around the dinner table.